communication that I will present today is the horizontal communication. What is horizontal communication? Horizontal communication is a direction of communication that flows between peers within an organization or happen among personnel at the same level, which is more informal. Horizontal communication provides a useful function. Firstly, allowing employees to fulfill certain socialization needs. Secondly, help employees and departments to coordinate their activity with one another. Thirdly, enable others to understand better about the nature of individual and department responsibilities. And lastly, help individuals to solve their own problem before the others have to get involved in this interpersonal intangible.
For my part, I will be talking about how they communicate by using oral communication, as it is the most effective way to communicate as they are in direct contact with each other. Therefore, the risk of miscommunication will be decreased. They can have face-to-face conversation like a normal conversation. They also can have small group discussion like having a meeting, trying to solve a problem or updating a progress to their manager. They also can use electronic communication such as phone call and video call.
How horizontal communication occurs. This type of communication flow usually occurs when members of an organization meet together to resolve problems, share information, coordinate tasks, and also to discuss common interests. As directions are given from the upper management to the lower management, employees of each management level should interpret and communicate the directions with each other. What are the factors that affect horizontal communication? The first one is attentiveness of those communicating. Since horizontal communication is informal, it is important for those in the communication process to be attentive so that miscommunication can be avoided. Next is the relationship between sender and receiver. In horizontal communication, members of an organization tend to be unwilling to exert extra effort to reach out those outside of their immediate team. Besides that, communication contexts such as size of space, the number of people involved, and also the time of day can also influence the horizontal communication. For example, asking about other matter besides project during a meeting can be received differently than the same question asked during normal time. Another factor is the background of sender and receiver. Each employees have different meaning systems, as they usually communicate based on their age, cultural backgrounds, and other personal characteristics. Not only that, some also tend to use jargons and ambiguous terms that can be misinterpreted easily. Lastly is the suitable channel used, which refers to the suitable medium used in order to pass a message. For instance, in this type of communication flow, when sharing a large number of highly technical information, it is best to use a written memo so that every employees are able to get the appropriate information.
As for the advantage, horizontal communication can help to improve coordination. Now, organizational activities are divided into various departments or groups. So, with horizontal communication, this can help to facilitate the coordination of various departmental activities so that the organization objectives can be reached. The second advantage is that it helps to reduce misunderstanding. Now, misunderstanding among managers and staff are actually very common in an organization. So, horizontal communication can actually help to reduce as much as possible the conflicts and misunderstandings that happen through meeting, discussions,
face-to-face interactions, and so on. The third advantage is that it helps to strengthen group efforts. Now, group work efforts and teamwork are very essential in an organizational success. So, with horizontal communication, this can help to reduce conflicts and differences in opinions, thus helps in achieving consensus among managers and employees. The last advantage that we have is that horizontal communication helps in performing interdepartmental communication. Now, horizontal communication occurs among peers of the same level in an organization. So, with horizontal communication, the interdepartmental communication can occur more smoothly. Horizontal communication also has its own disadvantages. The first one is rivaling attitude. So, horizontal communication occurs among peers of the same level in the organization. So, if there are any hostility or rivalry between them, this will cause them to not exchange the information spontaneously. The second disadvantage is that this can cause interdepartmental conflicts. Now, horizontal communication success depends on good relationship between the sender and the receiver. So, any existing conflicts or suspicions or misunderstandings will cause this horizontal communication to be ineffective. The third disadvantage is that the discouraging attitude of top management. So, in some cases, top managers discourage horizontal communication because they think that workers or employees will get along with each other and become very friendly with one another, and that this can help create a threat for the top management. And lastly, horizontal communication ignores vertical communication. This is because more concentration on the horizontal communication can work as a substitute for upwards communication and downwards communication, thus resulting in upwards and downwards communication to be ignored.
Since horizontal is more to informal communication, grapevine will certainly happen among employees. The information will be spread fast throughout the whole organization, but the information might be unprofounded rumor. Sometimes the management use grapevine to access employee reaction to propose change. For example, the manager gets to know their subordinate responses about their new policy. Thus, the information or the feedback will be obtained quickly than using the formal method. Next is about advantage and disadvantage of grapevine. The advantage are providing recommendation which employee can inform their superior about their demand, problems and ways to solve it. Next, it also can increase their efficiency which employee can discuss their problem openly to get the work done. Next will be disadvantage which it can affect the productivity and disturb the climate of the organization. There are ways to improve the situation of grapevine, such as analyze and understand the circulated rumor by hearing everyone's side of the story to avoid any difficulties in the future. They also need to take positive steps to prevent the recurrency by stop spreading rumors or information about it when they did not know the truth of those information.
So, what is a scuttlebutt? Anybody hear anything? Nothing? I got a little something something. I don't know if I should say.
So just keep it to yourself?
Stanley is having a midlife crisis.
Stanley is way past the middle of his life, especially considering his height to weight ratio.
Well, apparently.
Well, apparently, we should stop here, since it is none of our business to know more about Stanley's midlife crisis. However, we hope that this video could help you to further understand about horizontal communication.